Get on the train before it leaves the station. The truth train is coming, gonna run them down,
All right, hello there. How you doing, everybody? Okay, we're here today because, apparently Judge Sukowitz issued her decision today regarding an evidentiary hearing, the whole with the Youngblood versus Arizona, the whole deal that we've been talking about for a while. And so apparently she's denied it. According to this article I'm reading by W. Bay, it's basically saying that she denied it because she is saying that the defense failed to meet its burden or its threshold. Basically saying that there's not enough for her to grant an evidentiary hearing. It's basically what she's claiming. So that's extremely odd to me, but that means that means that she is denying this, motion on its merits, right? And that's interesting. Because as you heard Tracy say before and stuff and everything, and even I thought she was going to go with procedural bar. That's why this was denied, was by procedural bar. But then again, and then I got to thinking, well, wait, the Court of Appeals didn't really respond too kindly to the argument offered about the procedural bars and all that sort of stuff. And in their decision, they made some statements in their decision about some concerning things that were stated by the appellate lawyers for the state. And so that's, to me, interesting, because obviously they realized that argument wasn't popular with the Court of Appeals then. So maybe she realized she couldn't go with that. She had to actually try to write a decision to deny it on its merits. It's going to be interesting to read this decision, folks. It was filed late in the day, and so therefore it's not available yet. We have to wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow it should be available. So most people are going to be digging into it and reading it. Unfortunately, I am hopefully going to have a little time to read it at some point, but I'm running around. I'm pretty crazy tomorrow, and it's all crammed in. So hopefully what I'll do is be getting home at night, tomorrow night on Friday night, and I'll be reading that thing, recording, doing, whatnot, and get it all recorded. But by the time I'm done with that, it's going to be very, very late. So I'm going to have to upload it and set it for like morning or something, which I can hopefully be there to chat with everybody in the chat when it premieres. But I may also have to be on my way to work, and so that may be a little difficult. So we'll have to see how it works out. So, or I might set it for later in the day on Saturday when I know I'm going to be home. But that's going to probably be, that would basically make it about 8 to 10 hours later than or 8 hours roughly later than it would be in the morning. So anyway, so but it's interesting. So it's like this, according to this article, it's being denied on its merits. What it's saying is that Judge Angela, or Judge Sukowitz, denied this because she's saying that they word it, Avery failed to meet his burden to show the law for preserving evidence was violated, or that his constitutional rights were violated. And I think this is where it's going to be important. We're going to have to, for me, I think this is what's going to be the important point. Because this article talks about these bones in question being possible animal bones. Okay? That's what this article says. Right? But that's not true. Okay? If you go back and look at my past videos, some of my past videos, and I'll probably be showing you again in the video I have upcoming here right now that me and a few other the Wrecking Crew are working on at the moment. You're going to see me go through the evidence, and you're going to see me talk about it. But these bones, there was no question as to, let me put it this way. I think there was 11 bones that Zellner asked for that she wanted to test. And the reason why she asked for these particular bones to be tested was because they were from the Manitowoc County gravel pit, which was 2 properties over from the Averys. Okay. And Leslie Eisenberg, the state's forensic anthropologist, deemed that 10 out of the 11 bones were human. Okay, there was one bone, a pelvic bone that was found, and Leslie Eisenberg deemed that to be possible human. Okay, why I'm telling you this, why I feel that this is going to be important, is because when I read the state's response to Zellner's motion, okay, they were continually talking about the pelvic bone, and that the best that could be said was it was possible human. But if you go and look in the ledger, and we've shown it here on my channel before, if you go and look in the ledger shows that pelvic bone is the only bone in the group of bones that Zellner asked for that is possible human. All the other ones were deemed by the state's expert to be human. That's why Zellner asked for them. Right? Remember, these are the bones that when Jerry Buting tried to talked about these bones and where they were found over the Manitowoc County gravel pit and stuff in front of the jury, Ken Kratz was quick to come in and talk about the bones and said, I'm not even going to spend 20 seconds on those bones, because the best that can be said is they're possible human. No, that's only true for one of the bones, the pelvic bone. Many of the other bones were deemed to be human. Interesting little factoid for those of you who don't know. So, I'm very intrigued, very interested to read this decision and see exactly how she wrote this and kind of what rationalizations, she's using. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see it, because wow. I mean, it's Wisconsin statute, it's biological evidence, and no, only one bone is possible human. Only one bone could possibly maybe be an animal bone. Okay? Only one. The others were all deemed human bone. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, folks. Hey, I wanted to go ahead and put this out tonight because I know I'm not going to be able to get to it tomorrow when it's all coming out, and I am sorry about that, but you guys can look forward to something on Saturday from me covering that. I'm sure Tracy will be doing something. Tracy Strunzi over Basically a Lawyer. She'll be doing something pretty soon, I'm sure, after she reads it and kind of, absorbs it. And I'm sure she'll be going and giving you guys the legal lowdown on it, right? And we love Tracy for that. So, all right, guys. That's about it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are interested, because, look, even Zellner's excited at this point because she's ready for this thing to go back to the appellate court. You get the feeling from Zellner that going down to the district court, go through all this crap, it was all just a necessary step for her to get back into the appellate courts and to keep taking it into the higher courts, because there's a stink here. I mean, man, there is something really bad. For this stuff to continually get denied like this and ignored, and it's bizarre. Okay, and it's like I said, only one of the bones was in question. All the other bones, except for that one pelvic bone, all of the other bones were deemed human. So that's why Zellner wanted to test them. It's the logic of how it works, right? Zellner's going to want to test bones that were deemed human by the state's expert. Right? Because then the state can't try to argue that they're not human, right? It's how she's basically and it hasn't even worked, because they're still trying to play both sides of it. They're trying to act like we gave them back because out of respect for the family, and then it's like, but on the other hand, they're arguing, but they could be animal bones. No, you didn't just say that, did you? Really? Okay. Anyway, so that's where we're at, folks. Hopefully, I'll see you guys Saturday with something. And obviously, after Travis reads this and everything, I'm sure he's going to be, in my inbox and telling me he wants to go live. So Obviously, it's always fun to go and hear from Travis on this stuff. So, you guys can look forward to all that. Hey, if you haven't already, please hit subscribe, and we'll see you.